Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Fantastic Four retro-carded High Evolutionary. Thank you for watching this video, or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting the channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just to help the channel out, or both. All of the above, that's cool. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. And first up, as we always do here on Digital Caveman Presents, let's take a quick look at the packaging. And for and up, Marvel Comics, and again, that fake prismatic foil looking, and it's not foil, but anyway, there it is. It's the Fantastic Four, and then we have that Marvel Action Hour Fantastic Four cartoon artwork. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole. Hasbro print. High Evolutionary, and nice comic looking artwork. At least it's comic looking to me. And then on the top, nothing, bottom, nothing, this side, it's all nothing because it's a blister on a card. A blister card, so to speak. On the back side, we have Marvel Fantastic Four, that same High Evolutionary artwork. Then we have another illustration of him, which shows him just standing there. High Evolutionary, with a highly advanced intelligence and a cybertronic exoskeleton, the High Evolutionary challenges the Fantastic Four. And there it is again in other languages that I do not read or speak. Fantastic Four also look for the cross sale, Mr. Fantastic Marvel's Thing, Marvel's Invisible Woman, Human Torch, Psycho Man, and of course, this one, the High Evolutionary. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole. Recycled print, Hasbro print. Don't stick things in your other language pie holes. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not gonna learn, and a barcode. And that, my friend, does it for a look at the packaging. And now let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And let's start with accessories and handy dandy tweezer. And as you can see, he has an open, like, splayed finger hand on him, and then he comes with a fist to replace that one. And on the other hand, he has a fist, and he comes with a splayed open hand that can alternate for that one. Rather, not alter it, but alternate for it. And I would say High Evolutionary is probably one of my favorite, more obscure villains. And you know, villain might be the wrong word for it. Of course, he does often find himself on the wrong side of the heroes. Especially, I think probably my favorite storyline with him is from the late 80s, maybe like 88, 89. It was the crossover event of all the annual books. And the Evolutionary War was the name of the storyline. He didn't play a prominent role in every single one of the stories, but it was good. Find it if you can. I enjoyed it. And this is a pretty quintessential look at the figure. The mask detail is probably a little bit more modern than, you know, the old Kirby stuff was pretty simplistic-ish. Not to saying that Kirby's stuff is simplistic, but there's some silver paint right up here on the top of the head. And then, of course, you know, all along the back, he's got all the little buttons. And then some silver paint here, and then all the buttons down here, and then the silver arms, silver legs, and the red boots and gloves. And then the whole central piece is all red also. And, you know, those eyes just kind of stand out. I am angry at the Animen. Send the Atomic Knights out to get them. You know, if you guys get a chance, he's got a pretty crazy history. You know, wiki it. Go to the Marvel Wiki and look up High Evolutionary. He's got some crazy stuff in there. You know, he has some ties to Adam Warlock also. And, what was it, Earth 2 or Second Earth or something like that, where he had the Animen or the Beastmen or something along those lines. I don't quite remember. But let's take a look at his articulation, because I could, you know, just talk and talk and talk. He can look up that far. He can look down that far. He does do the full Exorcist. He's got lots of waggle in there. He got some attitude going on. And then, of course, he can do the chicken neck. At the shoulders, his arms go up a little, well, about 90 degrees. And they will do a full 360, although the last time I tried to do a full 360 with him, I had some issue. It just caught up here on his shoulder piece, and it did it again. And give me just a second, folks. Okay, there I got it past the hump, and so it will go all the way around. Maybe I don't quite recommend doing it, but here we have a double hinged pinless elbow. And why not? Because I think this is a new arm, but I could be mistaken. And there we go. There's 1 and 2. Look at that range of motion. That's pretty sweet, folks. He can pick his own nose. Then you get a full 360 degrees of rotation on this hinge and swivel for the wrist. And the hinge is in and out, and it's the same on the other side, and the other 2 hands also share that in and out hinge. There's a cut right here where the chest meets the torso, and you get some hooly action. Okay, so that also gives him crunch back, crunch forward, and let's see, I don't know if he has a cut at the waist. It doesn't feel like it, and you can't really see in there. So if he has a rotation in there, there it goes. So he does have a full 360 degree rotation at the waist also. You just have to find it. Let's put his arms up in front of him. He gets that much of the splits, so that's not bad. If his leg comes out a little bit, he can kick forward that far. And same if it comes out a little bit, he can kick back that far. Cut here at the upper thigh for a full 360 degrees of rotation. A double hinged pinless knee. And pretty good range of motion there. And it is pretty stiff, I have to tell you. It's Straighten that back out at the ankle. Down that far, up that far. And a forward-facing pin for rocker. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, a look at the High Evolutionary and his accessories. And now, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite part of the review, the comparisons. And because one of the earliest issues that I saw him in was a Mighty Thor story where Thor ends up going to Wundagore Mountain to track down Jane Foster, I believe. Because the High Evolutionary's lackey hired her to be a teacher for the Animen. And they ended up making the evil one. I can't remember his name. But the wolf who got super duper evolved. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, you can wiki that too. Thor and the High Evolutionary. But there he is. Mighty Thor with the High Evolutionary. And here is the retro carded Fantastic Four retro card Psycho Man. And that Thor, of course, was the 80th anniversary Thor. Here he is with the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Flame Off retro carded Johnny Storm Human Torch. And the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Invisible Woman Sue Storm Richards. And here he is with the mainline retro carded Human Torch. And the mainline carded, retro carded Invisible Woman Sue Storm Richards. And here he is with the mainline retro carded Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards. And of course, the retro carded mainline retro card, or whatever. The regular retro card, not the Pulse exclusive stuff. Benjamin J. Grimm, The Thing. And I'm not sure if when the Fantastic Four met, I think one of the times She-Hulk was a member of the team and not Ben Grimm. But here is She-Hulk, not necessarily a Fantastic Four version of her, but this is pretty close. This is the A-Force She-Hulk. And here is the Super Skrull Build-A-Wave She-Hulk. Shulky. And just because, here's the fan channel exclusive retro carded Doctor Doom. And here he is with Stan the Man Lee himself. Or at least a plastic version of him making his cameo in this video. How does he stack up with other lines? Here is Star Wars The Black Series, Archive Wave, 501st Clone Trooper. From G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. I was once a man. High Evolutionary might help you out with that. And from McFarlane Toys, some 7-inch goodness with the DC Multiverse Batman Beyond. And that, my friends, completes a look at the comparisons. For final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four retro carded High Evolutionary, again, this is one of my favorite obscure villains. Not necessarily a villain, but he does often find himself at odds with the heroes, especially during my favorite storyline with him, the Evolutionary War. Turns out, at some point, High Evolutionary, before he became the High Evolutionary, knew Nathaniel Essex before he became Mr. Sinister, because they're both geneticists. So, but decent articulation, nice paint apps. The thing with the shoulder not being able to get the arm all the way around, that's a little weird, but it's because these overhangs here, you can work around it, although it is a bit of a pain in the booty. But I encourage you all to go wiki High Evolutionary, the once master of Wundagore Mountain. And this is a pretty definitive version of this character for me. He does have the pinless elbows and knees, and I think that's great. Now that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just to help the channel out further, or both. That's cool too. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.